Hi, this is Algebra 1, Module 5, Lesson 10, taken out of context. So, just practicing our systems of equations and to solve them. So, it says write shopping scenarios similar to those in shopping for cats and dogs to fit each of the following systems of equations. Then use the elimination of variable method you invented in Can You Get to the Point 2 to solve this. Um, some of these systems may have interesting or unusual solutions. See if you can explain them in terms of shopping scenarios. So we'll just say we're buying, let's do, we'll do X equals, let's do candy bars and Y equals bags of chips. And let's just see what happens. And then there's the cost for it. All right, so that's going to be our scenario. We have uh, 3 bags of chips plus four, or 3 candy bars plus 4 bags of chips cost $23. And then we had 5 candy bars and 3 bags of chips or packages of candy bars, and then equals 31. So what I want to do on this one is I think I um, want to multiply both of them probably to be able to get this one to work. So let's get the 4 and 3. Let's make those a 12, smaller number than 15. So if I multiply this one by 3 and this one by 4, then I would get 9x plus 12y equals 23 times 3 is 69. And then 5 times 4 is 20x plus 12y equals, let's see, 124. All right, so these guys would cancel each other out. 9 minus 20 is negative 11x equals, and then 69 minus 124 equals negative 55. So that means X equals $5. So it costs $5 for each bag of chips. And so now if we substitute in, I'll scoot that over so I can use my substituting on the other side. So X equals 5. So if I substitute in, we'll do the first one since it's smaller numbers. 3 times 5 plus 4y equals 23. Let's subtract 15 from both sides. So 4y equals 23 minus 15 would be 8. And so that means y equals 2. So it costs $2 for the bag of chips, $5 for the bag of candy bars. We'll say it's a bag of candy bars since it ended up being more. All right, so for this next one over here, we could do, let's see, if we double it, we double this top one, we'd get, not 2, doubled it. We would get 4x plus 6y equals 28. What do you notice? This one is also 4x plus 6y equals 28. So essentially, we bought the same amount of candy bars and chips, just twice as many. So in this case, all points are solutions, but that doesn't actually help us in our scenario. Let me write this. All points are solutions because they're the same. But as far as our candy bars and chips, we actually can't figure that out because we can't eliminate anything. It's just doubled. All right, so number 3, let's see. It looks like if I triple these guys, the top one, if I triple this one, then I get 9x plus 6y equals 60. Well, if I rewrite my second one, notice how my 9x and 6y, they would both cancel out, and I would just get 0 equals 25, which is not true. And so, therefore, there would be no solutions. And in the case of our candy bars and chips, the problem is they must have changed the price on us because here I just tripled how many I got, but then my price was more than tripled, or my price was less than triple. So there must have been a sale going on that I didn't have to pay the same prices. So um, I can't actually solve it. There's no X and Y's that work. All right, and our last one for these type anyway. Let's see. If I look, let's multiply so that we get these guys to be a 6 because that will be smaller numbers to work with. So that means my top one needs to be multiplied by 3. The bottom one needs to be multiplied by 2. So I end up with 12x plus 6y equals 24. And the bottom one is 10x plus 6y equals 18. So if I subtract those cancel. 2x equals 24 minus 16 is 6. So x equals 3. And if I substitute in, we'll do the top one. 4 times 3 plus 2y equals 8. So I'm going to minus 12. 2y equals a negative 4. So that means y equals negative 2, which, go ahead and circle these answers here, which in terms of candy bars and chips, doesn't really make sense. I can't buy 3. Oh, marked on that. I can't buy 3 bags of candy bars and negative 2 bags of chips. I guess I could have returned 2 bags of chips. Maybe if I bought 5 bags and returned the chips for $2, that one works. But they wouldn't be paying me to take their chips. I guarantee that. All right, so number 5, it's a little bit of a trickier one. So 3 of Carlos and Clarita's friends are purchasing school supplies at a bookstore. Stan buys a notebook, 3 packages of pencils, and 2 markers for $7.50. Jan buys 2 notebooks, 6 packages of pencils, and 5 markers for $15.50. And Fran buys a notebook, 2 packages of pencils, and 2 markers for $6.25. How much do each of these items cost? So this is the first time we've had 3 things. So let's go ahead and just write them out like we would have those. So we have 1 notebook. I'll just do N for notebook, plus 3 pencils, packages of pencils, and 2 M for markers, and that costs $7.50. We also had 2 notebooks and 6 pencils and 5 markers equaled $15.50. Then our last one was 1 notebook plus 2 packages of pencils and 2 markers for $6.25. Now, one thing I'm noticing on here, I have 3 variables, which means I really need to eliminate 2 of them, right? So I can solve for 1. Now, if you look at the difference, we've got 1 notebook, 2 notebooks, 1 notebook. Here I've got 1 notebook. So those would cancel out. 3 pencils, 6 pencils, 2 pencils. Those are all different. That's not going to help me. How about this one? 2 markers, 5 markers, 2 markers. Look at these. They both have 1 notebook and 2 markers. It's just a different amount of pencils. So this person bought 1 more box of pencils than this one. So if I take $7.50 minus $6.25, that should give me the price of pencils. So $1.25. All right, so I know pencils cost $1.25. That eliminates this middle variable right here. So I'm going to rewrite these, and now I'm going to put in the pencil price. So N plus 3 times $1.25 is $3.75 plus 2M equals $7.50. And let's see. I don't necessarily need to use one of these anymore because I only need two to really solve for it, right? So let's just go ahead and use these two notebooks and six pencils, which is, um, let's see, 375 plus 375 would be 750. Let me double check that one. 3.75 plus 3.75, 750. 750 plus 5 markers. 5 markers equaled 1550. Now, when I'm looking at this, I'm seeing that I can double this top one to eliminate my ends. And by doubling this one, I'll actually eliminate my numbers too, because 3 to 6 is a times 2. So that'll just leave me with 4m equals 2 times 750 is 15. And then 5m equals 1550, which means 1m must be 50 cents. Okay, so now I've got m equals 50 cents. Pencils, markers are 50 cents each. Pencils are $1.25 per package. Now all I have to worry about is my notebook. So let's go into let's use our last one right here and substitute in. So n plus 2 pencils was 250 plus 2 markers is $1 equals 625. Well, n plus 350 equals 625 minus 350 minus 350. N equals, I got a 5, 7, 275. So that means my notebook must equal 275. So see how we can kind of, even though we had 3 variables, we were still able to kind of use our elimination process to figure that out, mainly because who were they? Stan and Fran both got very similar orders. So that helped us out. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time.